Hi guys, I've got a quick video here about my first blog post on my Weebly, which is lschwachy.weebly.com. It's a resource list for a Latin American history curriculum that I'm creating for another class. I've got 5 text-based resources, 5 web-based resources, and 5 unique resources. So I'm just going to explain each one a little bit and show you how they work. So to start with my text-based, I have a primary source called Advice of an Aztec Father to His Sons. Here it shows you a little annotation, where the source is from, and then the actual source text here. It also shows you the citation. This entire site is actually a great resource to get your kids really involved in relating history to themselves, because it's all about children and youth throughout history. For my next one, I have this is a Times article, The Bloody End of a Marxist Dream. It talks about the Chilean military junta of Salvador Allende. It's got great pictures. It talks about possible U.S. involvement, talks about the coup exactly. It's a little long, but the reading level is at a, let's see, 10th grade reading level. So it's right in the middle of about what a high school Latin American history class would use. Next, a little BBC special here. It's got, I believe, 5 exile stories from before and after the Cuban Revolution. It shows not only these pictures, the full text of their interview, and then here you can actually listen to the exiles. It has little sound clips. Next is a New York Times special about a terrible massacre of an El Salvadoran village. This is from the 80s. It's about 2 pages. If it would load. It's not going to load. Okay. Again, I believe this is at a 8.5 grade reading level, so a little lower, but it's a quick read, and it really gets to the point about the massacre, and it includes testimonies from surviving villagers. My final text-based resource is Chapter 1 of A Tale of Two Cities, Santo Domingo and New York after 1950. It's the entire book is available, but I would show just the first chapter, have them read the first chapter. It's a higher reading level. It estimates about a freshman in college, I believe. And I think it'd be a great resource for you really advanced readers, and it gives that dichotomy between life in the Dominican and New York, and how both sides were really affected from Dominican migrants. Moving on to web-based resources, this one I love. It's called 360 Cities. You can use it for really any region of the world. Again, if it would load. But this one, you can click on all these pictures here. Let's say, let's go to Lima, Peru over here. Well, not gonna load as has shown, but you can click on any of these pictures here. It'll give you a 360 panorama of some beautiful sights to be seen in all over South and Central America here. And like I said, you can use it for any region. Moving on. Oh, it just opened in another tab. Okay. So, next one I have is Lizard Point, which is a map game website where you can go to any region of the world here, If we're looking at the Americas, South America over here, you could do countries, capitals, rivers, lakes, and this is great because it has parts where you could study and you click on each country and it gives you some more information about it. Really gives students a good background knowledge and also a good idea of where things actually are. All right. Another really great web-based resource. This is a virtual tour, kind of like a virtual field trip that Google put together a few years ago in 2012. And using Google Maps, you can, again, take a lifelike tour of the Amazon, the Rio Negro, and then, again, it's not loading, but it shows you the jungles, the rivers, really cool. It makes you really feel like you're right there. Next, I have the always reliable CIA World Factbook. Again, any country in the world you can look up, but if you want to look specifically at the Americas, South America, Central, Caribbean, it shows you maps, flags of the world. You can look up any specific, let's go to Argentina, say. And it shows you photos, geography, people, government, all the goods here. Really reliable, perfect for any question you have. Okay, now on to, is this still, nope, we're still in web-based. Okay, so this is kind of like a social media news site where it's always has the most recent, latest news going on in South and Central America. You can click on any of these little tabs here to bring you to some new news that's going on. It has tags here, makes it feel kind of like a hashtag. It also includes some other parts of the world too, but it's specifically for South and Central America. Good resource to find out what's going on right now. Okay. So on to the really unique resources. Of course, Twitter, can't escape it. And the one I'm showing here is Cristina Kirchner, who is the president of Argentina. And although these are all obviously not in English, you can always use good old Google Translate. Another social media that I think is great, Instagram. Here I have GoPro Brazil, and it shows you really beautiful pictures of all over South America. Next, I have some, tours and posters from before Castro. So it comes from a book, Havana Before Castro, and it shows you what life was like in Cuba when it was a tourist spot. Finally, I have another, so this one shows you a bunch of cultural art from different time periods in South America. So you see some Incan, Mayan, Aztec, onto more recent. This is from 2002. A little bit of everything. And finally, so this was an article from The Guardian from a few years back. Oh no, it's from this year. That this, I believe it was a, oh right, they asked musicians from Brazil to name that one song that really makes them feel it, or like remember Carnival. So it has a bunch of YouTube clips right embedded that you can play this in class when you're talking about Brazil, get these kids understanding what Carnival is all about. So I believe that was my last one. So thanks for listening.